Armies around the world were pulled into a wave of curiosity and speculation after a short but striking video began circulating across multiple social media platforms, capturing what many believe to be BTS's Jin in an unusually private moment. The clip, filmed from a distance and lacking any official context, shows a man strongly resembling Jin walking side by side with a woman in what appears to be a quiet, restricted area. There are no flashing cameras, no stage lights, and no visible staff presence, just a calm, almost intimate scene that sharply contrasts with the global superstar image fans are accustomed to seeing. What immediately caught the attention of viewers was not just the resemblance, but the subtle body language between the two individuals. Their pace appeared synchronized, their proximity closer than what fans typically associate with casual acquaintances. Online communities quickly began dissecting every frame, zooming into clothing details, analyzing posture, and even comparing past public appearances to verify whether the man in the video could indeed be Jin. The lack of clarity only intensified the situation, fueling a digital storm that spread rapidly across fan forums, TikTok edits, and Twitter threads. At the same time, longtime followers of BTS were quick to approach the situation with caution. The group has consistently emphasized the importance of privacy, especially during off-stage moments. Jin, known for his composed demeanor and ability to separate his public and private life, has rarely been the subject of such ambiguous footage. This contrast made the video even more compelling, as it introduced a rare sense of uncertainty into an otherwise well-documented career. As the clip continued to circulate, attention naturally extended beyond Jin himself. Fans began reflecting on the broader dynamic within BTS, considering how moments like this might intersect with the group's current phase. With all members having navigated individual schedules, solo projects, and personal growth, armies have become increasingly attentive to any sign of change or development. RM's introspective leadership, Suga's quiet creativity, J-Hope's vibrant energy, Jimin's emotional depth, V's artistic unpredictability, and Jungkook's evolving global presence. All of these elements contribute to how fans interpret even the smallest, most uncertain moments involving any one member. The agency behind BTS has not released any statement regarding the video, and this silence has played a significant role in shaping the narrative. In the absence of confirmation, speculation naturally fills the gap. Some fans argue that the situation could be a simple misunderstanding, possibly involving a lookalike or a misidentified location. Others believe that the authenticity of the footage cannot be dismissed so easily, pointing to similarities in posture, walking style, and fashion choices often associated with Jin. Despite the growing intensity of the discussion, there remains a strong undercurrent of respect within the fandom. Many armies have actively encouraged others to avoid jumping to conclusions, emphasizing the importance of waiting for verified information. This balance between curiosity and restraint reflects the unique relationship between BTS and their global audience, a connection built not only on admiration but also on trust. As the video continues to gain traction, its impact goes beyond the question of identity. It highlights how a single, unconfirmed moment can ripple through a worldwide fan base, reshaping conversations and drawing attention back to the human side of global icons. In a career defined by precision, performance, and carefully managed appearances, moments like this stand out precisely because they feel unfiltered and real. The mystery remains unresolved, but the conversation it sparked is far from over. With millions watching, analyzing, and sharing their perspectives, this brief clip has transformed into one of the most talked about moments in recent BTS-related discussions, setting the stage for even deeper speculation and interpretation. As the video continued to circulate and gain momentum, a deeper layer of analysis began to take shape within the global ARMY community. What initially appeared to be a simple, fleeting moment gradually evolved into a complex narrative driven by observation, comparison, and collective interpretation. Fans who had followed Jin's career for years began revisiting past footage, interviews, and public appearances, searching for patterns that could either confirm or challenge the authenticity of the clip. One of the most discussed elements was the setting itself. The location shown in the video appeared intentionally quiet, far removed from the usual environments associated with BTS. No security barriers, no visible crowd control, and no identifiable landmarks that could easily confirm where it was filmed. This ambiguity became a central point of discussion, with some suggesting it could be a private schedule location, while others argued it might not be connected to Jin at all. The lack of environmental clues only deepened the intrigue, making every visual detail feel significant. At the same time, attention shifted once again to the group as a whole. BTS has always operated with a strong sense of unity, even while pursuing individual paths. Moments involving one member often resonate across the entire fandom, influencing how each member is perceived in relation to the others. RM's thoughtful communication style has often guided fans toward patience and reflection, while Suga's grounded perspective has reinforced the importance of separating speculation from reality. J-Hope's optimism, Jimin's sensitivity, B's unique worldview, and Jungkook's ever-evolving presence all contribute to how situations like this are processed within the fandom. The woman in the video, whose identity remains unknown, has become an equally significant focus. Without any confirmed information, interpretations have ranged widely, from professional connections to entirely unrelated scenarios. However, the absence of concrete evidence has also led many fans to adopt a more measured approach, recognizing the potential consequences of unfounded assumptions. In a digital environment where information spreads instantly, the line between curiosity and misinformation can quickly become blurred. Industry observers have also taken note of how rapidly the situation escalated. In an era dominated by short-form content, even a few seconds of footage can trigger global discussions, especially when it involves artists of BTS's magnitude. The group's influence extends far beyond music, shaping trends, conversations, and cultural dynamics on a global scale. This incident serves as a clear example of how that influence operates in real time, transforming an unverified clip into a worldwide topic within hours. Despite the intensity of the speculation, there has been no shift in official communication. The agency's continued silence suggests a deliberate choice to avoid amplifying unconfirmed narratives. This approach aligns with BTS's long-standing strategy of maintaining clear boundaries between their professional output and personal lives. For many fans, this silence is not a source of frustration, but rather a reminder of the importance of respecting those boundaries. What makes this moment particularly compelling is not just the question of who is seen in the video, but how the global audience has responded to it. The balance between excitement, curiosity, and responsibility reflects the evolving nature of fandom in the digital age. Armies are no longer just passive observers. They're active participants in shaping the narrative, capable of amplifying or stabilizing situations through their collective actions. As the discussion continues to unfold, one thing remains certain: the video has left a lasting impression, not because of what it definitively shows, but because of what it represents. It is a reminder that even in an industry defined by visibility, there are still moments that resist clear interpretation. For BTS, a group that has consistently redefined global stardom, this incident adds another layer to an already complex and closely watched journey. The mystery surrounding the clip remains unresolved, but its impact continues to grow, drawing attention from fans, media, and observers alike. In a world where every detail can be analyzed and shared within seconds, this brief, uncertain moment stands as a powerful example of how quickly narratives can form and how difficult they can be to fully understand. The longer the video remained in circulation, the more it began to evolve from a simple moment of curiosity into a case study of how global fandoms process uncertainty in real time. What started as a quiet clip quickly transformed into a layered narrative shaped by edits, reposts, and side-by-side comparisons that attempted to decode every visible detail. High-resolution stills were extracted, angles were enhanced, and even the smallest movements, such as the way the man adjusted his posture or turned his head, became focal points for analysis. Some viewers pointed out that the walking style, often described by fans as one of Jin's subtle trademarks, appeared consistent with past public appearances. Others highlighted the clothing, noting similarities to brands and silhouettes Jin has been seen wearing during off-duty moments. Yet, despite these observations, there remained just enough ambiguity to prevent any definitive conclusion. This tension between familiarity and uncertainty became the driving force behind the video's continued relevance. Meanwhile, discussions began to broaden beyond the identity of the individuals in the clip. The situation opened up a larger conversation about the nature of privacy in an era where cameras are always present. BTS, as one of the most recognized groups in the world, exists under a level of visibility that few artists experience. Every movement, whether official or personal, carries the potential to be captured and shared without context. For many armies, this realization added a more reflective tone to the ongoing discourse. The role of the other BTS members subtly re-entered the conversation as fans considered how each of them has navigated similar challenges in the past. RM's emphasis on self-awareness and boundaries, Suga's candid discussions about the pressures of fame, J-Hope's careful balance between openness and privacy, Jimin's emotional transparency, V's artistic independence, and Jungkook's growth under constant public attention, all of these perspectives formed a collective framework through which fans interpreted the current situation. Rather than isolating Jin, the narrative naturally expanded to include the group's shared experience. At the same time, digital platforms continued to amplify the reach of the clip. Algorithms favored engagement, and the ongoing speculation ensured that the video remained visible across multiple feeds. Reaction videos, commentary threads, and fan-made breakdowns added new layers to the story, each offering a slightly different interpretation while keeping the core mystery intact. The repetition of the footage, combined with evolving theories, created a feedback loop that sustained interest far beyond the clip's original duration. However, a noticeable shift began to emerge within parts of the fandom. While initial reactions were driven by excitement and curiosity, a growing number of voices started emphasizing restraint. The absence of verified information became a central point, with many urging others to avoid drawing conclusions that could impact real individuals. This shift did not reduce interest in the video, but it did influence the tone of the conversation, steering it toward a more measured and thoughtful direction. In many ways, the situation highlighted the dual nature of global visibility. On one hand, it demonstrated the immense connection between BTS and their audience, where even the smallest moment can resonate worldwide. On the other hand, it underscored the challenges that come with that level of attention, where unconfirmed details can quickly take on a life of their own. The balance between these two realities remains one of the defining aspects of BTS's ongoing journey. As the clip continued to circulate, it became clear that its significance extended beyond the question it initially raised. It was no longer just about identifying the individuals in the frame, but about understanding how such moments are interpreted, shared, and remembered. The mystery persisted, but so did the conversation, evolving with each new perspective added to the discussion. In the final phase of this unfolding narrative, the focus gradually shifted from speculation to impact. The video, once viewed as a fleeting glimpse into a possible private moment, had by now established itself as a defining topic within the global BTS discourse. Its influence could be seen not only in fan communities, but also in how media observers and casual viewers engaged with the story, each bringing their own interpretations to a situation still lacking confirmation. What made this moment particularly enduring was its open-ended nature. Without a clear resolution, the video allowed space for multiple perspectives to coexist. Some continued to believe in the possibility that the man was indeed Jin, pointing to the accumulation of visual similarities. Others maintained a more skeptical stance, emphasizing the risks of misidentification in an age where digital content can easily blur reality. This coexistence of viewpoints kept the narrative active, preventing it from fading as quickly as many viral clips do. The broader connection to BTS remained central throughout. As a group that has consistently emphasized authenticity in their music and communication, moments like this create a unique contrast. On stage, BTS presents a carefully crafted experience designed to connect with millions. Off-stage, however, they remain individuals navigating personal lives that are not always meant for public consumption. This distinction became increasingly relevant as the conversation around the video matured. Jin, often recognized for his calm presence and grounded personality, has built a public image that balances humor, professionalism, and emotional awareness. The ambiguity surrounding the clip did not diminish that image. Instead, it reinforced how little is truly known about an artist's private world. In that sense, the video did not redefine Jin, but rather reminded audiences of the limitations of what can be understood through brief, unverified glimpses. The unidentified woman also remained an essential part of the narrative, not because of confirmed details, but because of the role she played in shaping the discussion. Her presence introduced a variable that could not be easily explained, ensuring that the clip retained its sense of mystery. Without any official information, she existed purely within the context of speculation, highlighting how quickly narratives can form around individuals who have not chosen to be in the spotlight. As the conversation approached its peak, a subtle but important realization began to take hold among many viewers. The significance of the video was not rooted in definitive answers, but in the way it illustrated the dynamics of modern fandom and media consumption. It showed how quickly a moment can escalate, how narratives can develop without confirmation, and how audiences navigate the space between curiosity and responsibility. The agency's continued silence remained consistent with a strategy that prioritizes clarity over reaction. By not engaging with unverified content, they effectively allowed the situation to evolve organically without adding official weight to speculation. For many observers, this approach served as a reminder that not every viral moment requires immediate clarification, especially when the facts remain uncertain. In the end, the video did not provide a clear conclusion, but it did leave a lasting imprint. It became a reference point for how quickly global attention can converge on a single, ambiguous moment, and how that attention can shape ongoing conversations about artists who exist at the center of worldwide influence. For BTS and ARMY alike, it reinforced an understanding that not every story will have a defined ending. The mystery remains, but so does the awareness it created. And in a landscape where every second of footage can carry global implications, that awareness may be the most significant detail of all.